It's your boy Odin from Host.Promo, and I'm super pumped up and excited to be reviewing Invoice Ninja. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys every single thing you need to know, how you can install it for free, all the different options you have, and all the different features. Okay, you can create invoices at any time with Invoice Ninja. You can do tasks, projects, quotes. Supports over 40 different payment methods. You can accept deposits, partial payments, reoccurring billing, everything, guys. And I'm going to go over how I set this up. I used DigitalOcean, okay? If you're not familiar with DigitalOcean, it's a web hosting company that you can basically sign up, and they have a bunch of cool one-click applications. So I was able to come here, click Create Droplet, go to Marketplace, and then if you scroll down, you can click Invoice Ninja, and boom, you can install and get started right away. However, if you lack technical skill, and you don't know how to set up your own domain name or log into a server and things like that, then you may want to actually check out their paid plan. Okay, they have a $0 plan and they have an $8 plan. The $8 plan will have it so you it's pretty much white labeled to you, so it doesn't show Invoice Ninja on any of the invoices or anything like that. If you use the self-hosted plan, which I'm using, it's $20 a year if you want to get your own white label, okay? Otherwise, it's 100% free as long as you're paying for the server. And the link down below for DigitalOcean will give you $50 off. So you can actually start Invoice Ninja self-hosted for free, completely free. If you want to use the Invoice Ninja cloud hosting solution, then I recommend use my link down below. That will give me credit for referring you. And they also support Android and Apple. Okay, now let's get down to it. Let's review the product. So you have a dashboard right as you log in where you can see your total revenue, the average invoice, and the outstanding amount owed. See different invoice activity, upcoming invoices, invoices past due. If we go to here to clients, we can easily add clients. So we'll go ahead and add Bob, and we'll make Bob's name Bob Doe. And if we scroll down, we can add more information about Bob, the default currency, a bunch of different cool stuff, and then we can click save, and it's going to go ahead and add Bob Doe. Okay, now if we go back to clients, you can see Bob has been added. For products, you can easily add products if you have the same products you sell all the time. So we could just do consulting 1 hour, and that cost $100. Okay. We're going to go ahead and save that. And now if we go back to products, you can see the consulting 1 hour product. If we go to invoicing, we can easily create a new invoice. You can choose the client. So we can click Bob Doe. We could set when the invoice is going to go out. We can give a discount if we want. And then we can set the item. And you can see it's pretty cool. So it all connects. So you can see the consulting 1 hour. We got that from the products, okay? So of course you can enter in information manually. However, if you want to make things really easy, I recommend adding clients and products. That way you can just easily do it, okay? And you can click Save Draft. You can see a preview of it. You can click Email Invoice and check it out. If we go to Payments, we can go ahead and enter payments. Say if we got a payment from a client, but it wasn't, for example, on here, we can go ahead and do that, okay? And you can also connect it to an invoice. You can set the amount, the different type of payment type. They support so many different payment types, whether it's ACH, Alipay, American Express, bank transfer, Bitcoin, you name it, they have it, guys. Like I said earlier, it supports over 40 different payment methods. We can also do reoccurring billing, which is really, really awesome depending on what type of company you have. So we go here, we just click New Reoccurring Invoice, and we can set the client to Bob again. You can set the frequency to weekly, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, monthly, 2 months. This is awesome because a lot of the reoccurring invoice solutions I've seen usually only support a month or a few options. But here it supports many different options, okay? You can set auto bill on, off, opt-in, opt-out. Pretty cool. And then it's pretty similar to the invoice form that we did earlier, except that it's reoccurring, okay? Now if we go to credits, we can easily add credit for a client. So we can say Bob has $100 credit. Maybe we did something wrong or Bob got upset. We can give Bob a credit, no problem. Go ahead and click save, and boom, you see we have our credit now. Okay. If we go ahead and go to quotes, this is really cool. You can send a quote out to a client. So if you haven't figured out an exact amount yet and you just want to send them a quote, you can easily do that. It's very similar to the invoice form fill, okay? And you can always see previews, which I really like about Invoice Ninja. So they show you previews of everything you do. You can also send a proposal, which is very similar to a quote. You just will click the quote you want, and then a template, and then you can come down here, and you can actually use this editor. You can add buttons, text, different sections. It's really advanced, okay? We can also set up projects, for example. So we do client Bob, project Mayhem, the date, the 29th, budgeted hours, 200, and go down, click save, and boom, now we've added a project, okay? We can also add task. So if we go ahead and click task, we can add a new task. Bob, project, Mayhem, blah, description, timer, okay? And you can start the task, okay? So 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and then you can click stop, okay? So this is a very easy way for a freelancer to measure the amount of time they have worked. And it's a really good way to keep track of everything. And then you can go to expenses. So say you are a web freelancer and you had to buy some theme or something like that, or hosting or something. You can easily add that as an expense. You can mark it as billable, mark it as paid, choose the client and different things like that. Vendors, you can add vendors, people you do business with, all information about their organizations, ID number, VAT number, website number, phone number. The main contact, you can also add a secondary contact if there's 2 people in the organization. You can put their address, and then you can also put what different type of currency that vendor accepts, okay? And then what else do we have? We have reports, so this is great. So say you want to see how much money you made or something like that. You can go to type activity, payment, product, task, tax rate, quote. For pretty much all the different things over here, you can generate reports in CSV or XLSX, okay? And then you just click export, or you could click schedule, and you can also group it by day, by month, or by year, okay? So if you're doing a yearly report, you can, for example, group it by month and see 12 different data points, which is very nice. And then on top of that, we also have a lot of advanced settings, okay? So if we come here, the first settings is our company details. We can just put information about our company, such as our logo and things like that, and that will go ahead and that will be put on the invoice. You could also select a default payment type. You can of course change it, but you could just set a default if you do that default a lot, okay? If we go to user details, we can see information about it. Odin, my last name, I put Host.Promo, which is my website, and then the email is Odin@Host.Promo. And that's my actual email, so if anyone wants to chat with me, you can go ahead and email me. You can choose if you want a dark mode or a light mode. You can also set up 2-factor authentication once you put your phone number in. That is really cool, and it helps you be very secure. Okay, localization, you can set your different currency, and you can set the default language, the default time zone, the default date, the date format, all of that. Online payments, you can set information about them. You can enable gateway fees and different stuff like that. Tax rates, you can easily set tax rates and factor in tax into the products and the invoices. Products, you can show product details, you can autofill products, you can convert products, you can auto update products. Notifications, you can email when an invoice is sent, when an invoice is viewed, when an invoice is paid, and when a quote is improved. Also, if you have Slack, you can put your Slack webhook URL, so when something happens, it will send it straight to Slack, and you can also hook it up with Google Analytics. They have an import and export function. setting where you can easily import data and you can export data. Okay, so you can even export data in JSON, which is pretty cool. Say you're working with an API or something like that, you can do that. Account management. So like I said earlier, guys, for example, this is the self-hosted free. As long as we run a server, it's 100% free, and we own all the data. If we use the Invoice Ninja solution, they probably have access to some of your data, and it's not 100% free and open source like the self-hosted solution. However, if we want to not have our logo or not have their logo or anything about them on the invoices, then we'd have to click this white label feature and pay the $20 white label license, and that is good for 1 year. Okay. And then they also have some advanced settings, some invoice settings. You can see more if you check it out. They have an invoice design. This is really good because a lot of invoice products I've seen, you can't design it, so you're stuck with the same fonts, the same colors, all of that. These guys let you design everything, and you can even preview it, which is very, very nice. So for example, we could do bold. We could change the primary color to blue. Then if we go down, boom, you can see it's automatically changing it. So you can really customize it to your brand's colors and theme. If we go to the client portal settings, you can set a default website link. Right now, see for me, it's just an IP address. I haven't set that up. By default, everything will be set up for Invoice Ninja, but if you want to set up HTTPS certificate or it on your own domain, you do have to make a few changes into the server. So if you're not familiar with servers and stuff like that, then it's probably best to just go below and click the Invoice Ninja link and use their free solution or their $8 solution, depending on what your needs are. Okay. Email settings, you can easily customize the email. You can put a BCC, you can attach PDFs, attach documents, choose the email style, and you can add an email signature. They also have an email template, so you can change this so it says new invoice, but for example, you could change it new invoice from Host.Promo. Okay, and that could be the subject of the email. You can change the body of the email, the reminders of the email, all these different types of emails and stuff you can change. If we go to credit cards and banks, you can add bank accounts, no problem. Data visualizations, for example, if you have clients and stuff like that, you can easily check all that out. However, I don't think we have enough data to see it, so right now it shows it says blank. They have an API, so you can add API tokens, which is really, really cool. Whoops, let me go back. And then if we go to user management, you can add different users, okay? So say you're working with multiple people, you can add them, and then you can choose if they want to be an administrator, and you can also give them specific privileges, which is very, very important if you're in a big company. You, for example, don't want a new person to be able to delete all the invoices and products, so you can easily set that up. And then they have a system settings section where you can enable HTTPS, and you can also set the URL, okay? And then you can set the information of the database connection, and then you can set your email settings. So they support SMTP, normal mail, send mail, and mailgun, okay? So yeah, I think Invoice Ninja is one of the best solutions out there for invoices, and I really, really like their dashboard and software. I think everything is just so simple, and I love how it all connects, and they really thought of a lot of different features. I think they provide really, really good product, and I'd highly recommend checking it out. I will leave all the links down below to get started. If you found this video helpful, then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also make sure to check out my website, Host.Promo, where you can find the best web hosts that have free trials or free domains and stuff like that. I update it every single day so you guys can get the best deals. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out.